Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Vid. Welcome back to the channel. Now, today's video, we're going to be flying back home in the new Lufthansa Allegris Business Class aboard the Airbus A350. So let's not waste any more time and dive right in. Today's journey actually starts at the Amsterdam airport before flying over to Munich, and since I'm in business class, I can access the Star Alliance lounge, and I'm not going to go too in-depth in this video because I made a video all about airport lounges which I linked in the description below. After a slight delay, we were finally able to begin boarding, and I made my way onto the plane. Once I landed in Munich, I made my way straight to the Lufthansa Senator Lounge. There were a good amount of hot food options at the lounge, and they also had some good pretzels as well as some other items too. The drink selection had both non-alcoholic and alcoholic items and an open bar that I didn't record, and the coffee selection was pretty good too. I only had a few items this morning because I wasn't particularly hungry by any means. But overall, I thought the food was really good. Just got out of the lounge. I think overall I had a really good experience with the lounge. You'll hear more about it in my airport lounge review video. Now, it's time to head to the gate as we're going to be boarding pretty soon. There was an A380 parked right next to my gate, and this is the world's largest passenger aircraft, and the aircraft that I'll be flying on today is the Airbus A350 from Lufthansa, and this particular A350, at the time that I flew it, is the newest in their fleet. This is equipped with the Allegris product, which includes their brand new business class, as well as an updated premium economy and economy cabins, and a brand new first class too. You can also fly this Allegris product out of Frankfurt on the Boeing 787 Dreamliners, however, these are limited to a 3-class layout without first class. Boarding was super smooth with no issues or delays, and as expected, they had 2 separate lanes, one for priority and one for non-priority. I made my way down from the gate towards the jet bridges and then onto the plane. Taking a look at the seat, it's nothing really special, but it is still a nice hard product. The footwell is large enough for most people, and there's plenty of space for your personal item, and each seat has a touch-controlled lamp, as well as some storage for headphones and other small items. There's a large touchscreen controller that has many of the seat controls, as well as a smaller air vent, and some physical controls for the seat as well on the side. We also get an amenity kit as expected, and upon boarding, we get our choice of welcome drink, and I chose the avionic cocktail.
während des gesamten Fluges jederzeit Erfrischung in unserer Bordküche zur Verfügung. Vor der Landung in Charlotte servieren wir Ihnen einen Snack mit einer Auswahl an Getränken. Sollten Sie während des Fluges Fragen oder Wünsche haben, sind wir jederzeit gerne für Sie da. Wir wünschen eine schöne Zeit bei uns an Bord. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to give some brief information about your flight with us today. Once we have reached our cruising altitude, we prepare our in-flight service. First, we will offer you a drink. This will be followed by lunch with a full selection of beverages as well as coffee and tea. Throughout the flight, you're welcome to visit the galley at any time if you'd like to order more beverages. And before landing in Charlotte, we will serve you a light snack. If you have any questions or requests, we'll be happy to help you. And we now invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy your flight with us. Sehr geehrte Gäste, hier noch ein kurzer Reminder, bevor Sie etwas Ruhe genießen. Es kann jederzeit zu Turbulenzen kommen, daher achten Sie bitte darauf, dass Ihr Sitzgurtdienst geschlossen ist. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a quick reminder before you enjoy some peace and quiet. Turbulence can occur unexpectedly at any time, so please make sure that your seatbelt is always fastened.
Here's another look at the amenity kit. Now, inside the amenity kit, we're going to find both an eye mask and some socks, as well as some basic personal care products that you can use. Here's another look at the seat controls, which include various different adjustments, as well as some preset modes, but the big standout feature is the seat heating and cooling, which definitely adds to the comfort. I decided to nap for a bit as I was feeling quite drowsy, and the seat does turn into a fully flat bed as you'd expect on most business class flights, and it's very comfortable in my opinion. I also found the glasses holder at the seat really convenient as well. Meal service began shortly after takeoff, and I took a quick look at the menu. I started with some cheese before the meal, and with Lufthansa's business class dining, they give you actual shakers and stainless steel utensils. I then chose the tuna tanaki for the appetizer, and it came with bread and a side salad. This was pretty good in my opinion, and for my main course, I actually pre-selected this. This is the prawns with pumpkin curry sauce, broccoli, and sweet potatoes. I was a bit wary of this after a negative experience with prawns in Barcelona, but I'm happy to report that this meal was much better. And for the dessert, I chose the fruit cup just because I wanted a lighter dessert. The onboard bathrooms feature large mirrors with integrated lighting, and they also have some nice details like the smaller mirror as well as the flower mounted to the mirror. And you'll also find premium materials used throughout the bathroom. You'll also find that the bathrooms are well stocked with products, and they feature products from both Rituals and L'Occitane. The tray tables are large enough to fit both a 16-inch MacBook Pro and an iPad Pro at the same time, and you'll find some power outlets and USB outlets for charging at your seat, and the screen is a large, crisp 4K resolution screen, and it also allows you to connect your own Bluetooth headphones, which is a really nice addition. Before beginning the descent into Charlotte, they did have one more meal service, and this time I opted for the salmon, which was served alongside a pretzel and some yogurt with berries, and just like all the other meals I had on the flight, I also really enjoyed this one. Here's my final verdict. The hard product isn't anything particularly special, however, it's still a good hard product. In terms of the soft product, the food was phenomenal, and Lufthansa crew members are always extremely friendly, and the ground service experience was pretty good too. Overall, if you're going to be flying to Europe, Lufthansa is going to be a solid choice, especially if you're flying on an aircraft with the new Allegris cabins.